Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rochell, and in today's video we are going to talk about pre-pooing. What does that mean, right? I think the first time I heard it I was as confused as I imagine some of you to be, and to be honest with you, I didn't really explore pre-pooing as an option, and so I didn't really see the benefits. But all of that changed, I think maybe 2 months ago, when I decided to give pre-pooing another try and really just do some research around what it is, what to use, how to do it. And so I found something and I gave it a try, and I've been pre-pooing my hair for 2 months now, every time I had my wash day. The purpose of a pre-poo is to make sure that you add an extra layer of protection to your hair before you go in and really just strip it of all the goodness. So you want to make sure that when you're washing, you're cleansing your hair and your scalp, but you can do that without taking out all your hair's moisture. So that's one of the benefits, and to be honest with you, I've really seen a difference in the way my hair shows up on a wash day. If my ear is red, please ignore it. So I also wanted to say that you can of course use a pre-packaged pre-poo treatment, and you can just get that pre-packaged little treatment which you will then use to apply to your hair. I know some people use the aloe vera plant to pre-poo, and then of course there are oils. So when you're using an oil, kind of make sure that it's a penetrating oil, an oil that gets to the strands of your hair. And my oil of choice today is coconut oil. Now, disclaimer, I do not use coconut oil in any other part of my wash day routine, simply because my hair doesn't really like it very much, but for some reason it works really well for me as a pre-poo treatment. The other thing to consider is your hair type and your hair texture and kind of what your hair likes and doesn't like. So if you've got really fine strands of hair that get oily quicker, you may want to stay away from using oil as a pre-poo and maybe go into like an aloe vera or whatever else you've researched and that works for you. But I've got dry hair, and if you've got dry thick hair like I do and you haven't tried coconut oil as a pre-poo treatment, maybe you should give it a go. The other thing about pre-pooing is it really makes, if you pre-poo a day before you actually go in and wash your hair, it doesn't feel as long as what it normally would if you're pre-pooing and washing and deep conditioning and styling on the same day. That can be a lot, and that's probably why I haven't done it just yet. Nonetheless, I wanted to show you my coconut oil. So I use organic or whatever coconut oil, but it must be odorless. It shows up in the solid form. Sincerely hope you can see that. And I scoop some out so that we use some for cooking, and the rest I use for my hair. Yeah, so I put it in a jar that has a label on right now, but I'm not going to show you the label. So that is my oil. And then also I've got an oil mixture. There's some coconut oil in here, and I think some peppermint oil. So I use this to massage into my scalp and just give myself a scalp massage. And yeah, that's the vibe. If you've got really thick hair, you want to make sure that you're working in sections. And of course, this is definitely going to help you with the detangling. Insert choir of angels. Because as you're really just working through the sections, you can feel through the knots with your fingers, and you can separate the hair and just gently kind of move the hair shedding out one bit at a time. And as your wash day goes on, you'll continue with your detangling process, but this is a great place to start. So no more talking, let's get into action. Action Jackson. Don't want to add any water to your hair before putting on your pre-poo treatment, because then you'll just be taking up the space inside of the hair cuticle where you could have put some other moisture, you're just kind of filling it up with water, and it may resist the product you put on after you've added water. So do this on dry hair. And then I'm going to take this section and divide it into two, just to make it a little more manageable. And now, I'm gonna scoop out some coconut oil. And we're just gonna heat it up in our hands. I don't know who we is, I mean I. You could melt it before you kind of sit down to do your pre-poo. But yeah, here I am. Goes by very quickly. So I start at the ends of my hair. I just work it all the way up. Just get that in. Get it in, get it in, get it in. Okay, your hair will start shedding. That's okay. It's kind of hair that has already probably shed and been sitting in your style for the past week or two. That's the case with me. I kind of just keep going until I feel like the area is saturated. A tip would be that I know when my hair's had enough, when the oil from my hands is no longer penetrating the hair. It just kind of feels like I'm rubbing oil on oil, then I know, you know, I'm good. So I'm just gonna put this section into a twist. Into a twist, I mean, sorry, singular twist, guys. You can turn this twist into a bantu knot. I'll show you, which is what I would have done, but I'm gonna go outside. I'm probably gonna have to put on a headscarf. And you can't put a headscarf over bantu knot, it just looks weird. So you'll just kind of twist that into a knot. You can either put a pom-pom or a pin or tuck it into itself if your hair's long enough. And that's your vibe. All done with the oiliest hands in history. I'm just gonna shake that up and just add that to my scalp. Just give it a rub, 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 rub. It always feels so good to just give yourself a scalp massage. Even though I mean, I'm not gonna say we, but like, let me know in the comments below if you are a consistent scalp massager. And then I just add a little bit to my hand, fingertips, add it around my edges. Smells good. So the next step for you would be to add your situation. I try to get it as tight as possible. Very little air inside. Just give it a twist. And this is the crazy you should look like when you're done. If you don't look like this, then you're not doing it right. So there it is, guys. My hair is pre-pooed. It is ready to just like sit and absorb all of that oil. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
You can now walk right now after Rochelle's pre-poo, and no one knows that she has a plastic bag on her head.
guys, so it is actually 2 days later. It happens, it happens. It doesn't really do any harm to your hair if you leave your PrePoo oil in your hair for more than 1 day, but leave it in for 1 day, you know, don't be like me. So this is my hair. I had my PrePoo in for 2 days. Just today I got into the shower and I washed it and did a deep condition. My hair is rinsed and this is it before I'm gonna go off and style it. But yeah, so my hair's feeling really nice again as opposed to what it looked like. And let me know if you try to do a PrePoo, how it goes, what your experience is, what you use. And remember to like, comment, subscribe and share this with your friends and your family. Until next time.